Hello to my 3 subscribers and anyone else who's taken the time to watch this video. Today I want to talk about signs and symptoms of emotionally unstable personality disorder and the importance of and the struggle for families and support networks. So I found it very difficult to accept my diagnosis of borderline personality disorder, also known as emotionally unstable personality disorder, because I was convinced that I was bipolar. But upon leaving the mental hospital for the first time, my husband showed me some videos, and he is my rock. He's my main person in my support network. And he had done some research about borderline personality disorder because that was the only name we knew it by at the time. So these are the symptoms. Not having a sense of identity, so lots of different hairstyles. Now, if you know me, you know that my hair is always a different color. And now I don't have any, so all it is a different length. I shaved it 2 weeks ago, Monday, the Monday before Bank Holiday Monday, when I threatened to commit suicide the last time. Well, threatened, but every day I'm suicidal, actually. Because every day I'm up and down. It does what it says on the tin: emotionally unstable personality disorder. I am the definition of emotionally unstable. I'm not saying that proudly. I'm saying that I just have a smile on my face because I smile. You know, I'm not proud of it. But I'm also not ashamed of it because I am not EUPD. I'm more than my diagnosis. However, I'll continue. So black and white thinking. I used to think I had autism because there are no gray areas for me. It's either black or white. You are on my side of the fence or you are on the other side of the fence. You are my best friend or we are enemies. There's no middle ground for me. Fear of abandonment. Oh my God, my husband really struggles with this because the minute he steps out of the door, I beg him to go to the pub, for instance. And then the minute he's gone to the pub, I'm texting him, I'm harassing him, I'm phoning him. And if he doesn't answer the phone, then I'm texting him and saying, I know you're not coming home and I deserve you to not come home. I understand why you're not coming home. Please don't come home. I don't deserve you. Intense feelings, like I go from 0 to 100. Imagine your feelings multiplied by 1,000 for any given circumstance. If somebody smiles at me in the street, I'm elated. And if somebody ignores me in the street because they're busy on their phone or talking to somebody, they've got their earbuds in, I'm devastated. I don't think, oh, they're busy. I think, oh my God, he or she hates me. Stigmatized. Yeah, I definitely feel stigmatized. I feel stigmatized because of my mental health. I feel alienated from my immediate family. That's my parents, my brother, my sisters, because of my mental health. They've told me in no uncertain terms, my siblings have, we want nothing to do with you. You are toxic purely down to your mental health. If that's not stigmatization, I don't know what is. Unstable employment. I mean, I'm quite proud of the fact that I held down a job for quite a long time. I was a teacher for 30 years. I worked at one school for 10 years in one role. And then I hopped around a bit to another school for 9 months, another school for 3 years, another school for 6 years. So my employment hasn't been that unstable up until my mental health really spiraled. And that was in 2019. And then I worked at NHS 111 for 9 months. And then I joined Scottish Power, which is the most horrendous employer. Don't work for Scottish Power unless you want to have mental health problems. Having said that, my line manager is really understanding, but who knows what will happen next week. I have an occupational health appointment on Monday, and I'm supposed to go back to work on Tuesday. That's when my sick note runs out. And I've said to him, if he doesn't have another role for me, then I'm not coming back. So watch the space. Hard to cope with diagnosis, yeah. It's not even a daily struggle. It's still a minute by minute struggle. And it's not that I'm struggling with my diagnosis, because I understand why I got this diagnosis. But what I'm struggling with is the symptoms that I exhibit on a continuous, never-ending, incessant, cyclical, horrendous basis. Anyway, I'm not feeling sorry for myself. Dissociate. Don't remember anything that was said or done during this time. Oh my God. Do you know how many times I have said to Sean, my husband, my friends don't love me. They've never called me the whole time I was in hospital. They've never called me ever since I've had my diagnosis. So now I keep a journal. And if you call me, I write in there. Lolly Boy called me. Lila called me. I called Linda and she answered the phone. Because if I don't do that, then I'm going to say, for 2 months, I haven't heard from my friends. I have no friends, and I have friends. I have 4 friends. 4. Avril, who is my friend and my husband's second cousin, but we only found that out after we got married. Lila, who's, honestly, she's amazing. She's a social worker and my best friend since 2013, since I started working at the last school that I was employed at. Lorem, who I call Lolly Boy sometimes just to annoy him. I think he loves it secretly. Lorem and I have been friends since I was 9, so 45 years. I mean, no wonder he doesn't answer the phone. And Linda, who I speak to occasionally, but who we know we love each other. Okay, and then my best friend, my main friend, my ride or die friend is Sean. Since the 19th of September, 1997, that's the day we first laid eyes on each other. We met on the phone the day before. Anyway, that's a love story for another day. I overreact. Yes, I overreact to everything. And sometimes that's a negative, and sometimes it's a positive. Like I said, I'm either devastated or I'm elated. There's no in-betweens. I'm never a 5. I'm never, ever a 5. Can you imagine how exhausting it is to never be a 5? You're either a 0 or you're a 10, sometimes a 9. On the odd occasion, mostly I'm 0 or 10. Not seeking attention and not weaponizing your mental health. Those are really important. And that's what my daughter tells me constantly. You are an attention seeker and you weaponize your mental health. I am an attention seeker. I have a nose ring. I have no hair. I have a tattoo. I'm seeking attention, but I'm not seeking attention on the basis of my mental health. I'm seeking attention on the basis of how amazing I am. Okay? We got that. And I'm not weaponizing my mental health. No, I would never do that. I don't use it as a bargaining tool. I don't use it as an excuse. It is. I have EUPD. I just do. The research says that 60% of individuals who have borderline personality disorder were born with a genetic predisposition to it. And trauma did the other 40%. Yeah, I've had trauma. If you've watched my video, every day is traumatic for me. If you've watched my videos about my disclosure, every day is traumatic. Yesterday, I was ugly crying outside Ash Eaton, which is the Community Mental Health Service building headquarters in Folkestone. I was ugly crying because they told me that I was half an hour late for my appointment. I'm never late because I'm always anxious about not getting to places on time. So I was outside pacing up and down from 5 to 1. Went there 25 past 1. They left me to stew for 10 minutes and then came out and said, by the way, you're half an hour late. And then saw me for these many minutes, 10, and said, we're so sorry that you came late and we can't see you for the whole appointment. So they let me go 10 minutes early. Aren't they fantastic? But seriously, the NHS is amazing. Community mental health service, I'm sure, is very good. I haven't had a very good experience with them. Yesterday was only the second time that I ever met with them. And I was handed over about a month ago. But I'm looking forward to seeing my allocated worker, who is currently on annual leave, and that's why I haven't met her yet. She's back on the 16th of June, so watch the space. It's hard to sustain long, solid relationships. Wow. I mean, I don't know how Sean has stuck with me for 25 years. I thank God that he has. I thank the gods. As a former Jehovah's Witness, I have no idea who God is. I find it very difficult to believe in a benevolent God, but I'm not going to go into religion today. That's something that I will talk about. It's something that I'm passionate about because I can't understand how God can allow and say, I just want to prove that humans can't rule themselves. So that's why I'm going to let a 12-year-old fuck a 4-year-old. Pardon my French, but what else did he do when he stole my virginity when I was 4? Angry, rage-filled outbursts every day. Every day. For the slightest thing. My son didn't answer me nicely. He's 14. He didn't look at me nicely. I'm ashamed to say that he is mainly the target of my rage-filled outbursts. Him and Sean. Shanice, my daughter, doesn't talk to me. My daughter who lives with me, she doesn't talk to me. And her daughter has been trained to say, if I ever talk to her, I'm not allowed to talk to you. So, yeah. Happy families, not. And I'm sure that it's purely as a result of emotionally unstable personality disorder. Because we've always had an up and down relationship, Shanice and I, but that's because we were so alike. Now we are not so alike because she's hateful. She is filled with hate. She can't look at me without hatred bursting from her every pore. That's how she feels about me. Suspicion or paranoia and constantly questioning interactions with others. Let me tell you something. If I talk to you, if you say anything back to me, if I just talk to you and you just listen, I am going to question every word that I said, every nuance of your responses, every lift of your eyebrows, every movement of your mouth, if you pursed your lips, if you smiled, if you frowned. I'm going to question your response to what I said, and I'm going to question as well how I responded to you. So I plan for every interaction. If I'm going to talk to you on the phone, I have a list of things I'm going to talk about. And if I'm going to see you, if I might see you, I have a list of things that we can talk about. And if you veer off course, if you say something I'm not expecting, I am stumped. Like I have no clue what to say to you. So usually I say nothing. And then I look stupid. I'm not stupid. I look stupid. Catastrophizing. Yep. I'll give you an example. The crisis team came to see me every second day for 6 weeks. And every time they came, whenever they were coming, they phoned me and said, we're 15 minutes away or we're half an hour away. but they were never, ever here 15 minutes later or half an hour later. Then I was phoning the office. Are you sure they haven't had an accident? How do you know that they're not lying dead in a ditch somewhere? You wouldn't know. They wouldn't be able to call you. They are dead. And I did that constantly every 2 minutes until they turned up at the door. But listen to this. It's like standing in an empty swimming pool anchored to the ground, and suddenly it fills with water and you can't move, and suddenly you're drowning. That's what every minute of every day is like. That's EUPD. Uncertainty, constant uncertainty about what to think next, what to do next, suspicion and paranoia about what are you thinking? What are you thinking of me? I love to say, I don't give a toss about other people's perceptions of me. Lies. Absolute lies. I care intensely about what you think about me. I care so much that I think about it all the time. Yeah. Shame or guilt all day, every day for the things you've said or done. Do I need to tell you anything more about that? I feel guilt and shame that I waited until I was 9 to disclose. So when his mother said, the little slut, she must have liked it, she went back for 5 more years. I mean, how can I argue with that? I didn't tell from when I was 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I told when I was 9. 6 years. That's how long I waited. And then I said to Sean yesterday, I phoned him on my way to my appointment, and I said, I've never ever thought about this before, but there were 4 of them when I was 19. There were 4. Wendell, Marlon, and 2 of his gang members from the Hime Street gang in Wentworth. I didn't scream. I didn't kick. I didn't struggle at all. I didn't knee anyone in the balls. Nothing like that. Do you know what I did? I laid there. And then I got in the car when they told me to. And then when the driver stopped outside Auntie Lorraine's house and said, say anything, and threw my knickers at me, I got out of the car silently, took my knickers, put them in the bin, and went indoors. I never said anything. I mean, I knew not to say anything. What did my mother say when I was 14? She said, what were you wearing? You must have led him on. He's such a nice boy. And those words ring in my ears. Yesterday they asked me, where are the voices? Because there's constant voices. Are they in your head or are they out of your head? And I said, on my shoulder. The same voice saying the same things over and over. You're a horrible person. You don't deserve to be alive. You should be dead. Listen to your family, how beautifully they get on. It's so harmonious when you're not in the room. You should be dead. You don't deserve to be alive. You're nothing but a slut. You're a whore, you're a slag, you're a bitch. You gave it away when you were 4. You gave it away. You didn't even make him beg. And it's my mother's voice. They asked me, do I recognize the voice? And I said, no, but it's my mother's voice. It is Alicia Renette Stevens' voice. Own it, Alicia. Own it. Because you did that. A twisted perspective of self, so constantly reinventing yourself. Let me tell you something. You don't know E. You didn't know Tracy, and you don't know E. You might think you know E. You know the E that she presents to you. You see, this is E because there's nobody there. I'm talking to the air. But if you were here in this room with me, I would be probably a reflection of you. I would be reflecting back whatever you gave me. I would reflect back at you. I would be the person that I think you want me to be. And it's only when I'm alone that I'm E. Truly. Even when I'm with Sean, I'm the person I think he wants me to be. I'm the person I think he needs me to be in order to love me. That's who I am. And he said to me once, when I said, Sean, thank you for putting up with all this. He said, did I have a choice? And I was stunned. I was stumped. I said, I didn't have a voice. So I couldn't give you a choice because I couldn't tell you. And that's why I waited from when we got married on the 2nd of February, 1998, until the 18th of March, 2023, 25 years, 2 weeks, and 2 days. Isn't it? No. 25 years, 2 weeks, and 4 days. 2 weeks and 2nd, 16. 2 weeks and 2 days. Yeah, I can count. 25 years, 2 weeks, and 2 days after we got married, I introduced him to E. Yep. Oh, here's another one. Don't think much of themselves, so they gravitate towards people who treat them as unworthy of their attention or love or support. That used to be me, definitely. I can't say that Sean does that. He definitely treats me like I'm worthy of his time, of his love, of his attention, and his support. And the friends, the support network that I've surrounded myself with, those 4 people that I mentioned, so the 5 of them, Sean, Avril, Lila, Lorem, and Linda. And Lorem is very much silent support. But those 5 people comprise my support network. Sam, unfortunately, has to be in my support network, but the rest of my family, my children, no, definitely not. Anyway, so those are my symptoms of emotionally unstable personality disorder. And I've exhibited those signs and symptoms. That's been me my whole life, as long as I can remember, since I was 4. And my first memory, unfortunately, is of what Larry Lachey did to me. That's my first memory. I don't remember anything before that. I have maybe memories that my mom's placed in my head of things that I did or things that I said. But my first memory of me owning that memory is Larry saying to Snowy, come here, look what she does. The swine, that's what he said. So that has been my explanation of me with emotionally unstable personality disorder, but I want to end on this positive note. I am more than emotionally unstable personality disorder. And my next video, which I'm going to do straight after this one, is actually called emotionally unstable personality disorder. So please like, subscribe, share. Thank you for watching. Be out.